falls like a brick. So we've got to make sure that we can do the things that we need to do on offense, but I don't see a reason why we can't beat the Patriots. Did you see the game in Foxborough? New England's not better than us. And it's kind of annoying. I mean, when you turn on ESPN, I've turned it on this morning and it's been on all week, and New England love and Damian Woody and all the guys, and they're all talking about New England, and they're talking about and Bart Scott this morning, and it's almost like the second game in Foxborough didn't happen. All they keep talking about is the Week 13 matchup and how they beat the Bills and the running game and this and that. Now, I will say this. New England obviously likes to run the ball. They're effective at it. The Bills have not been the best at defending the run, but they've been better as of late. The defense is the best. It's the best in the league. I mean, statistically, DVOA has us as the number one defense in the league. If you care. I know some people don't care about the stats and the analytics, different things like that, but the defense has been playing well. Now, you could say that we've gotten fat on bad competition. That's fine. I'm not here to argue with you on the quarterbacks that we faced, the offenses that we faced, and we faced a lot of backups. I get it. I'm ready for the chips to be on the table. I firmly believe the Bills are a better team than New England. I think we showed it in the second matchup, and I'm not sure if we're getting the proper respect defensively that we deserve, and that's fine. We'll handle it on the field. But if you're asking me about the Buffalo Bills and you're asking me about our prospects for Saturday night, I feel confident. The reason I feel confident is Week 13, it took a tornado to beat us, and we almost won the game, lost 14-10. Their quarterback threw the ball 3 times. That's not going to be the case on Saturday night. And in the matchup, Week 16, we took it to him. Josh Allen played literally, in my opinion, his best game as a professional. I don't even know really how close it could be. You might be able to put up some other games from last year. The total package, throwing the ball, running the ball, that last drive, the poise, the big plays that he made with his legs, with his arm. They're not better than us. And I know Pats fans love to stick it to the Bills, and I know that they've dominated us for 20 years, and I get it. But Brady is gone. So we'll remind everybody of that when we get a chance to after the game, hopefully after we get our W. But Brady is gone. He's not coming back to New England. Bill Belichick is not getting any younger. And yes, he's a great coach, one of the greatest of all time. I'm sure he's going to have a scheme to try to stop Josh Allen. That's his job. But you're either going to try to sit back and force Josh to be patient and try to see if he can dissect you, which he showed that he could do in Week 16, or you're going to try to come after him. And good luck coming after Josh Allen. You blitz him, you play man-to-man coverage, he'll carve you up. And he's done that to New England last year as well. So the matchup for the Bills, I think, is very favorable. Again, I'm not sure what the weather plays into it. I know that it's going to be a factor. I know it's going to be really cold. I don't know how the players are going to react to that, but it's going to be cold for New England as well. So I think the Bills are the better team. And on our road to the Super Bowl, matchups show that if everything holds chalk, obviously Kansas City should just wax the floor with Pittsburgh. They're horrible. They don't deserve to be in the playoffs. And had it not been for the Vegas Chargers game not ending in a tie, obviously we'd have a different situation where maybe Justin Herbert would be coming with the Chargers on Saturday night. And that makes me a lot more nervous than Mac Jones, and I'll be honest with you. So after the game, if everything holds chalk and Kansas City takes care of business Sunday night against Pittsburgh, you're looking at a matchup most likely of Buffalo going to Kansas City. Perfect. Week 2, perfect. Week 2 of the playoffs, perfect. Divisional round, go exercise your demons. You took care of them in the regular season this year. Go exercise your demons and go take care of them in the playoffs. Now, Week 5 was a long time ago, but we thoroughly dominated that football game. Thoroughly. We thoroughly dominated the football game, and there was a rainstorm or whatever it was, the storm outage, and which was not normal, that we had to have a 45-minute halftime. So go to Kansas City. I understand you've got to be on the road, but do it again. And if you do it again and you look up Buffalo Bills fans after that, I mean, you'll go to Tennessee? God forbid we're hosting the Bengals or the Raiders? I mean, let's be real. Regardless of what you think of Josh Allen this year, regardless of what you think about his regression that they say, quote unquote, I understand his stats are not exactly on par. I know the completion percentage is down a little bit. The yards are down. Interceptions are up. Okay. Did you see his rushing stats this year? He's still scoring touchdowns at a crazy clip on the ground as well for a quarterback. I still contest that running Josh Allen around the edge is probably the Bills' best run play. Their best pass play is always throwing to 14, and I think we all know that. What can the Bills do if they go to Kansas City, take care of them, exercise those demons, and then wake up and look up and it's go to Tennessee or host Cincinnati or Vegas? I like our chances. Now, Tennessee is a team that is an enigma. They bother a lot of people. They are tough to analyze, with or without the Derrick Henry injury. But that just adds more intrigue to it. Derrick Henry goes down and you think that the team is going to fold. You think that they're not going to be able to be that productive anymore. Or you might be people, the type of person that subscribes to the fact that, hey, running backs are not that important. You just plug and play, put a different guy in. Now, for the most part, they did put another guy in, and they were okay. I think it was Deontay Foreman. He played very well for Derrick Henry in his spell. However, the Ryan Tannehill, he doesn't excite me. He doesn't excite me. The night we lost to them, 34-31, Monday Night Football, Week 6, Josh Allen slips. He doesn't slip. Maybe we win that game. Now, I know we can't go around the entire season and do that, and ifs and ifs and ifs, but, I mean, facts are facts. We had them where we wanted them. Derrick Henry didn't kill us that game. It wasn't Derrick Henry chewing all over us. They had a big bust-out run, kind of like the New England game here on Monday Night Football. They bust-out a run. But the defense wasn't the problem. It wasn't just because they gave up 31 points. 34 points, excuse me. That's not it. Why did we lose that Tennessee game? We lost the Titans game because Josh slipped and he went left when he should have went right. Period. And I don't want to put any more weight on it than that. Tennessee, they don't scare me. They really don't. Ryan Tannehill doesn't scare me. Now, they've got weapons. Julio Jones, when he's healthy, he's never healthy, but whenever he is healthy, of course, he's a specimen. Brown is a ridiculous wide receiver. Wonderful to have on your team. Also another physical specimen, younger, really great player. But are they going to throw it to him? You know, one of the things about the Titans, and then you think about with Derrick Henry coming back, is if he comes back, are they going to just throw him the ball? Are they going to just run the ball with him? Because that can mess up their chemistry as well. You've got great weapons on the outside, A.J. Brown, Julio Jones, but Big 22 comes back and maybe you just feed him the ball. I don't know what their formula is going to be, but I know that everybody's excited in Tennessee that he's coming back. I know that he's been back to practice. I know he's going to play. More than likely. So that just adds even more intrigue. Could you imagine the Bills have to go through New England, exercise those demons, go back to Kansas City, the scene of the crime from last year's AFC Championship game, and then go back to Tennessee? Now, it's not an easy road. Getting to the Super Bowl is not supposed to be easy. Winning the Super Bowl, obviously, is even harder. We know that firsthand as Bills fans. But I look up at this AFC, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, everything's kind of in front of us. If we go snatch it, go to New England, go up to Kansas City, I don't have any problem after that. I'll take the chances going on the road to Tennessee for the AFC Championship game. God forbid, again, we're hosting Cincinnati or the Raiders in some crazy upset scenarios. The city might burn down before the AFC Championship game. I mean, don't let it be Cincinnati. Don't let it be the Raiders. We've got history with both of those teams. Playoff history that goes back. Bring it up on Pro Football Reference if you don't remember. Bills and Cincinnati went at it in the AFC Championship game one year. 88, I believe. And we all know what happened when Vegas was in Oakland when they were in LA in 1990. Bills' first trip to the Super Bowl. So this is setting up to be juicy. The AFC looks nice to me, if you ask me. And I'm just, honestly, as a Bills fan, I'm hoping that the weather doesn't mess it up. which leads to that other conversation about the weather and dome and all this other stuff. And now we can just go round and round in circles on that. And again, I do think it probably is a moot point unless somebody gets to the Bagulas or to Kathy Heichel, somebody that knows them, that's a Bills fan that can explain how crazy it is what we're getting ready to do Saturday and how crazy it is to even let Josh play in this, along with your defense and your run game and yada, yada, yada. We should never be in a situation where we're going out there and slipping around on ice and snow and different things like that. And I know the new stadium's not coming for a few years anyway, so this is what we've got. But the fact that this year should be an eye-opener, and we'll just leave it at that. We'll put a pin in the stadium talk for now. We'll cover that in another episode. But this should be an eye-opener. This year, did we have one good Buffalo Bills home game this year? You guys were there. I was there. Was there one good game? The Colts game wasn't bad, I guess. The home opener wasn't too bad at all. Pittsburgh, except for the results for those games. It was wet for Washington, wet for Miami. I'm sorry, Houston. Houston was wet. I guess Miami was an okay day. But all in all, I mean, the season has not been a fun experience as a fan if you're going to watch the team play. And I'm pretty sure that the best product was not on the field for some of those games because of the weather. So I'm hoping it doesn't screw up some of our plans, some of our dreams as Bills fans going forward on this Super Bowl run. But it's something that is obviously something that we've got to keep an eye on. All right, as we wrap up, I would like to know when you guys get a chance to respond, and we'll bring it up here. I wanted to know how you guys feel about Saturday. Does the fact that we're playing the Patriots give you more anxiety? Is there less anxiety? And we'll put a Twitter poll up as well to see where you guys feel on it. But I know it does for me, and I can explain my anxiety, and it's pretty easy to explain when it comes to the Patriots. The Patriots, I am not nervous. Again, I just went through the whole beginning that we're a better football team than them. It's about the name of the team, and it's about that coach on the other side. That's the only reason why I have the anxiety level that I have. And I know that the Bills are better. I've seen them be a better football team than them these last 2 years. I know that we have more talent, but it's that damn Patriot. It's that guy, Bill Belichick, on the other side, Belichick. He always has something up his sleeve. And I understand that in the game in Foxborough, he couldn't do anything with Josh. And I understand that Josh played his best game probably as a Buffalo Bill. However, it always gives me pause anytime we're playing New England, and obviously you know why. We all know why. So Tom can be gone, but the 20 years worth of scars don't go away just because Tom left. Bill's still there, so because of that, you still have the respect of the organization. You know he's a good coach. You know he's a defensive-minded coach. You know that he's going to come up with some type of scheme. Whether it works or not is almost it's almost a moot point. That doesn't even matter if it works or not. We'll find out the results when we find out the results. But the anxiety level heading into the game is 100% because of the name of the team. It's 100% because of who they are. If we lose to the Patriots, can you imagine 6 months heading into the offseason of Patriots fans? I know I can't. All we talk about is how much we can't stand their fans, how arrogant they are, how they feel like they have just the right to be in the playoffs, the right to go to the Super Bowl every year, how spoiled they were by Tom Brady covering up for so many of their mistakes. So it's interesting. As you go into this game, you can feel confident about the Bills matchup with the Patriots, but you know in the back of your mind as a Bills fan that you're still worried about them. That's that sports anxiety that creeps in anytime you're dealing with a team that has dominated you. And to be quite frank, they've dominated us. Wasn't it funny this year when they beat us on Monday Night Football, how quickly the narrative changed and Mac Jones was the next coming? And the Bills, they made fun of us. The Bills ran the division for 11 months, and now it was back to the Patriots. That was funny. That was a little bit premature. And we knew that as Bills fans. Most level-headed Bills fans knew that we were going to have another opportunity a few weeks later. The point is the point, though. The fans, the media, they love to gravitate to the Patriots. They love to give Bill Belichick all the credit. They love to be able to grovel at them and genuflect at the knee of the Patriots and the Patriot way. It makes me sick. It makes me want to throw up. However, the 20 years of dominance does make Saturday night nerve-wracking. Besides shivering in my boots at the game